All right, so the next thing I want to do is I've got my Bart, I've got my background. I'm not going to do the skateboard. I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm just going to go ahead and make him look like he's a giant. Who knows? Just some kind of weird dream sequence. Okay, so down here, if you don't see your timeline down at the bottom, you need to go to Window. We're going to go to Timeline and you check that, okay? You can also go in your workspace, and if you set it to motion, that should pop up your timeline. Okay, so this is set to frame animation. If you don't see that, make sure this is checked. This is a button. Left click on the button. Here's frame 1. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate frame 1 because this is going to be my starting point. I'm just going to say it's some kind of weird dream sequence, like I said, that he became a giant after he woke up. Duplicate frame 1. Boom. Then we're going to go to my layers here, and I'm going to duplicate the Bart layer. Remember, left click on Bart 1. Hit Control J or Command J on your Mac, and you're going to duplicate Bart 1. Call that Bart 2. Okay, so by the way, I always forget this because we already did this in class, but there's this hamburger stack right here. Left click on that. Make sure these two options are not checked. What happens is if these are checked and you're going to be creating different versions of Bart, that's really what it is. You're creating a version of Bart for each frame. The thing is, if these are checked, every time you add a new Bart, it's going to add it on every single frame that you have. And so you're supposed to create a 20 frame animation. You will have a ton of Barts that you're going to have to go back and uncheck. And so that can get really irritating, okay? All right, so frame 1 right here, Bart 1, I don't need to see. I'm going to uncheck Bart 1 because it's frame 2. So frame 2 is highlighted. Bart 2 is selected in my layers. Now let's go to Edit. We are going to go to Puppet Warp. So now there's a mesh. And now you can see why I wanted Bart's arms to be separated. Otherwise, that mesh would have had Bart all together in one piece. And nobody wants that. Now, if you don't see the pin, you're going to just need to left click. So I know we want a pin at the neck. We want a pin at the shoulder. We want a pin at the elbows, a pin at the wrist. So you're going to repeat it. And you just think about it skeletal-wise. Where would those joints be? How does our neck, if you really think about it, my head needs a pin. And then my shoulder, elbow, wrist. Put one at the belly button, hips, knees, and ankles or feet, you know. Okay, so that's how we set up our puppet warp for your character. We're going to move on to the next step. We're going to start actually moving it, okay? So I'm going to stop this video and move on to the next one.